This is Barry Bryson, thanking you for joining me for another 5 good minutes with the Word. We're continuing our study of the suffering servant passage. We're in Isaiah chapter 50. And in Isaiah chapter 50, the faithless people of Israel, who are collectively divorced by God and who are individually sent into captivity by God, they are being contrasted with the suffering servant who will be faithful, even though he is treated harshly. And he will be obedient. And so God, in our last verses, said, when I showed up, why wasn't there anybody? Why couldn't I find one man who would trust that I can do what everyone knows I can do? Well, that man speaks up in verse 4, and that man is the servant of God, the servant who is the topic of this passage. Let's read verses 4 through 9. The Lord God has given me the tongue of disciples, that I may know how to sustain the weary one with a word. He awakens me morning by morning. He awakens my ear to listen as a disciple. The Lord God has opened my ear, and I was not disobedient, nor did I turn back. I gave my back to those who strike me, and my cheeks to those who pluck out the beard. I did not cover my face from humiliation and spitting, for the Lord God helps me. Therefore I am not disgraced. Therefore I have set my face like flint, and I know that I shall not be ashamed. He who vindicates me is near. Who will contend with me? Let us stand up to each other. Who has a case against me? Let him draw near to me. Behold, the Lord God helps me. Who is he who condemns me? Behold, they will all wear out like a garment, and the moth will eat them. Okay, he has more to say, but we'll stop there for this session together. And this is the Messiah declaring his own faithfulness to God. There's a play on words here about God opening his ear, giving him the ear of a disciple, and it's so important to New Testament Christianity, as we said just a few sessions ago. The Hebrew phrase that is translated obedience is Shema Kol, to hear the voice, and so hearing the voice means to be obedient. So God has opened my ear. God has made me attentive to his word, and I am obedient to it. He's given me the tongue of disciples and given me the ear of a disciple so that I can sustain the weary and I can be obedient. He's given me the tongue of disciples, plural. Does that mean that the Messiah will have disciples later on, or that he himself is a disciple who follows God? The whole notion of being a disciple by being obedient through discipleship, not through law keeping, is something that Paul will explore and explain his whole career. The difference. Jesus went to people and said, "Follow me," and they followed him. And a disciple is a follower. That's what it means. And so the Messiah is calling himself a disciple, has the tongue of a disciple and the ear of a disciple. He is someone who's going to follow God at all costs, whatever. But that doesn't make him a law keeper. Of course, he's going to keep the law as being obedient to God, but his faith is not in the law or in his own perfection at keeping it. His trust is in God's power to sustain him, and he makes that clear. He says over and over again, the Lord God helps me. The Lord God, Adonai, Adonai, not Yahweh, but Adonai. The Lord God has opened my ear. The Lord God helps me. The Lord God is near to me. I'm not afraid of anything. And we also get in this passage the clear indication that when he's here doing his work, he's going to be treated badly. He's going to be beaten, not bitten. He's going to be bitten. I did it again, beaten, and he's also going to be spit upon, and they're going to try their best to humiliate him, but he's not going to feel any shame because God is near to him, because God helps him. And he knows that these folks are the ones who will wither away and go away. They will be like a moth-eaten garment, and they will be bitten by moths. The Messiah will not be bitten; he'll be beaten, but they will be bitten by moths and will be worthless. Anyway, it's such a contrast, and there is the notion that following God, being obedient to God, being a disciple, means there are times when you are treated in a humiliating way, when people do strike you on the back, when they do spit on you. God doesn't prevent that from happening, but he sustains you through it and brings you through to the end, to the reward, to the victory. And the Messiah himself is making himself first disciple. He's following God and we follow him and walk his path. And that's just such a New Testament notion, and it's right there in Isaiah chapter 50. Okay, we'll pick up with verse 10 next time. Thank you for joining me for another 5 good minutes with the Word.